Hey, what is up guys? It is Mx here, back at it again with another video. Today I will be playing Mxgp 2020, the official video game. I'm going to be trying out Track Editor for the first time in this game. See what it's all about, see some of the features. There is elevation where you can go up and down the hills, and it's on some sort of like farm type of thing, so wherever you can put the tracks wherever in the square, but it will right over the other things. So yeah, this isn't really anything special, this track that I'm building here. It's just me getting used to the features and the jumps and all the different choices and options and everything like that. Just getting used to it, really. Nothing special, this track. Not really a good track or really anything like that. I actually ended up forgetting to validate the track and at a finish line, so I actually don't have this track anymore. But yeah, I cut it up really short. I had an hour worth of footage it took me, so I kind of just cut out all the boring parts and kind of just showed you guys really me riding it and picking it out. So I tried to keep it short. But yeah, this was definitely fun. I look forward to using Track Editor a lot, building some really cool tracks. There's definitely a lot of options on this. I think it's what Apple Orchard is the name of this place that we're building our track on. It's the only choice, but there's a lot of options. It goes up and down, as you can see there, with the mountains and the elevations, which is really cool. I think it's a really cool feature that Milestone did, and yep, I'm really excited to build some really cool tracks. This track isn't really any good. I'd say it's actually a pretty bad track, but yeah, just getting good with the features and everything. There's definitely a lot of variations of tracks that you can build with this place. A lot of options and a lot of choices, but I think it's going to be very exciting seeing other people's tracks and riding their tracks and doing some online races here. I think it's going to be super exciting for everyone to do, and I think it's really going to make this game super exciting. Yeah, as you can see here, we're just looking over the mountain, going down the hill, and just seeing, as you can see here, it's on the hill, but you like go over the actual rocks of the mountains and everything. So it's actually really cool. And this is a really cool feature, a really cool track. I really like it. I'm really happy with it. I kind of just did like an up-down pattern, kind of up and down the hills, just to show you guys the elevations and everything, because that's really the big feature with this year's Track Editor. That was their kind of big advertisement, the elevations. So I kind of just want to do an up and down thing and get a feel for that, so when I do other tracks, I know how the elevation works and everything, so I can really get creative. Yeah, nothing too special. Just kind of up and down, try to get other sections. I actually didn't realize until late in the video that there was I kind of just stopped scrolling down in the jumps part to where the dragon's backs were, like down at the bottom, but it was really only the middle. There was a lot more variations of jumps and whoops, so I was just using the waves as the whoops, and I didn't know there was more stuff. So the whole video was kind of like, when I was making this, I was like, wow, this really isn't anything special, there's not a lot of stuff, until I realized at the end of the video, wow, there's actually a lot more options that I missed out on. So my bad on that part, but yeah, this was a cool track to make, just getting used to all the stuff, and I did definitely learn something about it. So yeah, I kind of just am showing you guys me building a few sections and then riding it. Really, I kind of wanted to make a priority me actually riding the track and looking at it, rather to me doing the overview, actually building it, because there's not really you can't really tell just from looking over at it right here in this view. But so right now we're building up at the top, tippy top elevation. Can't get any higher than this. I'm gonna do some sections up here and then bring it back downhill. So there's 3 different elevations. There's the bottom, there's the top, and there's the third. I kind of just went right over the mountains. They have like spaces really where it's more smooth, but I kind of just want to see how it was. Just go right over the mountains, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah. So I had a little cool section going up here, up at the top, kind of going like halfway downhill, like kind of was going downhill a little bit, and then just a little section up at the top. Just cool. I enjoy doing this. I definitely am going to be making a lot more content of me doing the track editor because it was really fun to do, and I think I hope it's pretty entertaining for you guys. I think it'll be the most entertaining when I'm doing some multiplayer races on the tracks that I built. I think that'll be really cool when I actually start building some good tracks. So yeah, now we got down, we did that section. It went all the way down to the bottom, and now we're going to do a downhill left-hander to go back all the way up. So came all the way down, went all the way back up. There's a pretty cool section there. I think it's awesome that Milestone did this in the game. I thought it was very cool because in this game, all these foreign tracks and stuff, that's how it is. Like, it's up and down mountains and huge high elevations. Like, that's not like when you go up and down those hills, like, that's because these tracks are built on mountains. It's not because they just have an insane amount of dirt and they just build these huge up and downs. Like, no, it's all natural that they build these tracks on. It's all up and down natural stuff. So that's really cool that they made it that way, because in recent games it's kind of like, well, this is just like a normal old flat ground track. It's nothing special like some of the real tracks in the game. So it's pretty cool. It's gonna be a challenge making a cool track, but still doing it in a way to still make the scenery look good, like still have the apple orchard farms and all the cool trees without just going over in the middle of it and kind of making it look silly. That's gonna be a challenge. Yeah, getting into this sweeper turn here, I thought that was pretty cool. Made a little mistake there, just rewinded, because just to get a feel for the track. It doesn't really matter. Going down into this section, getting a feel for it. But yeah, just my first time using track editor. I did enjoy it. I think that this track editor, I would say it's good. I'd say it's definitely a good track editor. I had a good time with it. And yeah. I wish though that I did realize earlier while making this that there were more options with the jumps, because it's pretty generic with this section. I mean, up and down's cool, but on my part, I mean, the style of the track's cool, but on my part, the jumps and the sections are pretty poorly made and executed. But coming into the end here of building this track, and then I'm going to do a full lap of me riding it right here. See how it goes, see if this is a good track or not. I'd say probably not the best track, but it was my first time and I definitely got some good experience doing it. This section here is kind of tricky, having to remember that right there. It's just basic down here, having a little section down at the flats, and then I actually this section coming up is really cool. This jump, it's like sideways because it's into the mountain. That's why it's sideways like that. So that's really cool. It's like into the mountain made, which is awesome. I really like that design. I didn't even mean to do that, but it turned out to be pretty cool. Just at the beginning, I didn't really know what I was doing. And then you come up this hill onto the second elevation, hit that, kind of like a whoop section with a ski jump in there, and then whooped up into the third elevation, left-hander. And then you come back down into the whoop section, sky. And this one, I thought when I made it, it was going to be down the hill, but it didn't end up being that way, but it ended up turning out pretty cool. That right-hand turn, then back up halfway up to the third elevation, a little bit more than halfway up here. And coming into this section, there's still, like, the trees didn't go away right there, which is really weird. They kind of stayed, but and then you have this sideways jump into the side of the hill. That section, that was really cool. I think I'm gonna do a lot of those side hill things. I think it'll make for some pretty interesting battles. And then in this section, going back up to the top of the hill, then coming back down. And then you have this little cool section right here. This was I forget what they called it, but I just added it in as one. And then back up to the third elevation, all the way up to the top, and then ride around, do some sections up at the top. Riding as Antonio Cairoli on the factory Red Bull KTM 450 SXF. So yeah, just cool little sections up here. It's kind of just going around, getting a feel for it. It is a really beautiful scenery, the way they made it, the apple orchard. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Milestone did a good job with it. I definitely like it. There's gonna be a lot of different variations of tracks to do. Although this one wasn't good, there's gonna be a lot of options. So I will definitely be making a lot of tracks, getting footage of it, and then recording some gameplay on it, which will be really cool. I'll be really happy to do that. Up here in the sections, went down, came back up. Yeah, that's really cool. The elevation part of it, you can go up and down and all that. That's a really cool feature. Never actually seen anything like it. This is the first time we've ever seen anything like this, a track editor with the up and down the hills for a motocross track, which is awesome. You know, it probably wasn't easy to do, but I know a lot of people ask a lot of these guys. I always want this and that every year, something different, something more. But these guys, I think, have been making pretty good games the last few years, all in all. Pretty realistic, good games with fantastic graphics. I mean, that's really what I look for. First time I seen that there was going to be an Mxgp game, I was like, wow, you mean with the real riders and real tracks? That's pretty cool. I've always wanted something like that. But yeah, getting into the end of this one, guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please drop a like and a subscribe, and I will catch you later.